All right. So what you're going to see here is I just dropped in right below the communications channel. I dropped in a new text channel that says ping consoles. So as we go along, we're going to be dropping in the statistics from Operation Ping for each commander, and just drop that right into that channel as we go. So whoever the commander is that we're checking, their ship console will display in that channel down there. It's a text channel, and I'll just be dropping the files right into there as we go along. They aren't there yet, but you're going to see them pop up there. And I'm not going to be telling you guys who won until I've dropped. For example, I'll be dropping all the one by one. We'll examine each commander's statistics for category 1. Category 2 will be another section that we'll take, and then the last one we'll examine is our sponsored commander, Dory EU. So we're going to progress through the commanders in that order, and just kind of look at what happened during Operation Ping, what we were able to learn, and hopefully we can discuss some of those things and learn from each other. Yeah, there's just so much that we can learn from engaging with people, and then when we do it in a kind of an organized way together, we can learn even more about our audience and about ourselves, because I really feel that, well, there was kind of this point where I had to make a decision. Do we do our follower list, or do we do our following list? Now, I think the following list is more fun, because those are the people that you are hoping will follow you back. But here's the thing. The follower list is the group of people who decided to follow you. They it's kind of like they have their reasons for following you, and some are maybe a little bit less than good reasons. But a lot of these people actually genuinely connected with your content, or maybe they engaged with you previously, and they're your audience, and they really want to get to know you better, and so they're following you because of that. And so in a way, your follower list is actually a mirror to what you're putting out into the world. So I also felt like it would be best to examine the follower list, because this is also kind of a way that no one can fudge the numbers. You don't control who follows you. You don't decide that. So these are just people randomly that have connected with you at some point. And it is actually not just a mirror of your content that you're putting out there, but it's also a mirror of the social environment that we're in. So I thought that maybe starting off with Operation Ping, rather than the up and coming, hey, this is a spoiler alert, the up and coming Operation Link, that is what's going to be coming up after Operation Ping. And we're going to be examining our following list. So this one we have a little more control over. We decide who we're going to follow, right? So that's something to look forward to. But I just wanted to kind of explain some of the rationale I had for why we decided to examine our audiences first. Yeah, I really felt that was the more honest way to go about it. So, hey, look at this. We got so many people here in the chat listening on audio. I should go and check and see how things are going on YouTube. It looks like we've got one person viewing and a couple people liking. Mohammed from ActiFit, he's saying hi over here. I'm just going to say hi back really quick. There we go. It's good that someone's watching over there. I really did want to record these as well and potentially put them out there. It's good to have them recorded. Hi to everyone. If you're just getting here, it's so awesome to have all of you here I'm so glad that you guys decided to sign up for Operation Ping, and I really hope that you guys got a lot out of it. Papi, did you have anything that you wanted to highlight in the chat? Any questions? Anything at all from the group?
Hello, everyone. Good day. So good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. We've been having a slow time in the chat, and all we've been doing is just getting to know each other better and was warming up to the whole show. So for now, there isn't yet a particular question, but we're having fun. We're just mixing up. But I just found out that Queen Mako and I hope I'm personally and Explore with Sashi, they're having a get together, and I hope I'll get a cake from that.
Oh, awesome! They're together. Okay, so we got two. We got a 2-for-1 deal. That's good. Well, welcome, girls, all the way from the Philippines. If I understand this correct, it's 1 a.m. over there. So thanks so much for staying up. I think it's a Saturday night over there, so they're probably wanting something to do on a Saturday night. So thank you so much for staying up to be with us.
Saturday morning, actually.
Saturday morning?
1 a.m.
Yeah, 1 a.m. Right on. You guys are troopers for sure. Hey, it looks like Queen Nico just leveled up here, so she's on fire. You're on fire, and that's awesome. So we're seeing all these people leveling up because they're chatting, they're engaging here at Comet Ranker HQ, and I've got this thing set up so that the more people engage on the channel, we level up from on fire to boost, and then all the way up to target. And there's some benefits to being engaged in the channel. It's number one, you're connecting and getting to know people and meeting new friends and having fun. That's always what it's about. But also you're highlighting yourself because, you know, as you notice, this is a bit of a meritocracy. So if you're engaging and you're doing it, then you get highlighted at the top of the channel. I'm only at the very top of the channel because I've been engaging the most over the last couple days, but I could easily be joined by any of you guys up in the target area. I was expecting Trippy Man is Trippin' to be up there, and I think he's out of London, but I'm not sure. So hopefully he joins us and he's in the chat, because then he can boost all the way up to target. And what happens in each of these levels on the Comet Ranker HQ here is on fire. When you catch on fire, just like Queen Miko just did there, Sam Smith is there, and Martin is in the on fire section. You guys have just been engaging, and that's awesome. And so what happens is you guys will be able to change your nickname if you want. So I think True North, which is Pappy, he ended up in there, and or I might have changed his nickname. But the fun thing is, once you get to boost level, then you can change other people's nicknames. So that's kind of fun. And also what happens is anyone in the boost section, I'm going to go by and on the Hive blockchain when I have some time, and I'm going to go and check out the engagement that each of these accounts has been doing on the blockchain. And I'm going to support some of that engagement with upvotes from Comet Ranker. So Trippy Man, Adora, Explore with Sasha, Iskafan, Sam Smith, and Pappy, True North. I'll be coming by later today to give you guys upvotes from Comet Ranker. Now, depending on how active Comet Ranker is, that kind of decides how much support I'm able to give. But yeah, you guys have earned it. You guys have really engaged here in the chat at Comet Ranker HQ in Discord, and I want to encourage that. Now you're probably wondering, hey, how do I get up into target? Well, you just keep engaging and you'll just keep moving up the ranks. And what will happen then is if I see someone engaging at that level, they've earned it. I'm going to come by their post and check them out over at Hive blockchain, and I will target one of their posts with Comet Ranker. And what that means is I'll be reblogging it onto the Comet Ranker feed. And so what happens when posts are targeted by Comet Ranker is it's an opportunity for anyone and everyone to engage with those posts. I'm basically highlighting that post and that author. So that is the idea. I'm really trying to encourage people to check out those posts that are being targeted. Some of them are controversial. Some of them are what I think there's something important happening, and they're not always light reading. But we don't like to stick our heads in the sand. We want to know exactly what's happening on the blockchain and trying to be current. My goal for Comet Ranker is to be a bridge or at least some sort of an oracle where we're able to have our ear to the ground and kind of know what's happening on the blockchain. This is a social blockchain, so things are dynamic, things are changing all the time. And so some of the content that is highlighted for, like, it's not necessarily for the feel-good vibes, but it's just for reporting purposes. This is what's happening. Or it could be that there's something happening in the comments, or I make a comment and I want that to be featured. Hey, this is an example of how to deal with a difficult situation. There's one recently that's been targeted where there's a lot of conflict and maybe some harsh things going back and forth. And with Comet Ranker, it's a tool, and what we want to do is diffuse some of that bad energy and turn it into good. It's very hard to do, but sometimes that means charging into messy situations. So, look at that. Trippy Man has just elevated himself all the way up to target. That means later, Trippy Man, I'm going to be coming to encourage you with some of the engagement that you've been doing on the Hive blockchain, and I'm also going to feature one of your posts. So how about that? So this is very exciting. Just want to kind of explain a little bit what targeting is. As well, what I do is I go in there and I comment rank the comments in the posts. What that means is I read all the comments in each one of those posts that are targeted by Comet Ranker, and then I try my best to rank them in order of relevance or what they add to the conversation, or just to encourage engagement. I try my best to be subjective. There are people there that I might not like in the comments, but maybe they make a relevant point or something like that. So I might upvote them. And Comet Ranker upvotes comments at 100%. I believe it's heck yes or heck no. So for me and everything I do on the Hive blockchain, I'm upvoting 100% with Comet Ranker or with my own personal account. There could be a time for that to change, but for now, that's what we're doing. So yeah, I just want to explain what these little rankings are. When your title in the Discord channel suddenly turns red, that's why. So, Poppy, anything else to bring up? I'm going to dive into Operation Ping here right away, but I want to give everyone a chance to jump in here. Poppy's going to be coming in here and just reading through the comments, looking for questions if you guys have any. He's fielding them for us today. And so thank you so much, Poppy, for doing this.
You're welcome. I encourage people to put up their questions so I can bring it back to the live session. So if you have any questions, you can just jump it up in the announcement. So we can always push them back up here. Thank you.
Yep, sounds good. Anytime you guys have anything you want to say, Poppy's got his eye on the feed. Sometimes I get lost in what I'm saying, and I don't see all the stuff that's happening on the chat. So you guys are also blasting the chat, which is awesome. Oh, and Kenny's in the room now, and he's chatting, so that means he's going to be on fire pretty quick. So All right, so what I have here is I have a whole deck of cards. These are called cue cards. I was up late, night after night after night. And as I was working on Operation Ping, these questions would come to mind while I looked at the information, while I looked at what was happening within the comments as I registered all your ping missions. Got some feedback there. I think it might be from Namiko. Not sure where that feedback's coming from. It sounds like someone's going somewhere. If we can just get whoever that is to mute themselves, that would really help. Is it Iskafan? Iskafan, are you someone's on a bike to Valentine? Yeah, so we got some little bit of some noise happening here. And I really can't tell who it is. Okay. I'll try Iskafan there. I'm just muting some things here. Wow, I don't know where that sound is coming from. It's not coming from over here in Canada. It's someone out on the street here. It looks like everyone's muted though. Okay. We're just gonna go through everyone. Sorry guys, just gonna check through. And what will happen here is when you guys want to talk, just raise your hand and Poppy will jump in here and let me know. And then if you guys want to talk. So, okay, I think I got it. Someone was running around on the street out there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just taking the time just to mute everyone off. I hate doing this because I want people to jump in, but if there's going to be feedback, we'll have to do that. All right. Looks like we still got some feedback happening here. Sam's over on YouTube. She's saying, I like the blue shirt, Will. All right. Wow. I don't know how to turn that sound off. Oh, well. We'll just have to hope that this person realizes they have them. Hey. Yeah, I don't know who it is that's talking there. Everyone's muted in the channel.
Yes, please. Thank you very plenty. I don't understand my phone.
Who is this anyway, Poppy? Who is speaking here? I can't see. Normally, a green light will show up whenever someone is talking, so I'm not really seeing who that is. Oh, yeah. I see it. Yeah. I thought it might be her, but I've muted the channel and it's still not cutting out the sound, so I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, well, that was fun. Looks like everything's under control again here. Thanks so much, everyone. Let's get back on track. So what I was just saying is that I had all these questions and cue cards and engagement tips. And these were all things that came to mind while I was taking care of the mission reports that you guys were sending into Comet Ranker during Operation Ping. And so every now and then I'm just going to be jumping in with some questions. There are also going to be some questions that have prizes attached to them. So there's chances to win Hive, and there's chances to win Comet as well. So, hey, how about that? This is going to be a lot of fun. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly unmute everybody. Hopefully that will work because we've taken care of that background noise there. And I really, honestly, this is about engagement. So I want everyone to feel free to be able to talk if they feel like it. And so this is also going to be interactive. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that just in a second here. All right, so everyone is unmuted. I hope this works. Feel free to speak up, any of you, at any point in time. Yeah, let's begin. So, all right. So I've got a question for everyone. I just want to see what you guys learned from reviewing all your comments and posts and your followers. So I've got this question. It's an engagement question. So I want to ask you guys, what happens to comments after the 7-day payout period expires on the Hive blockchain? What happens to those comments? I'm curious to see what the chat or any of you guys on voice would like to want to answer this. This is great.
I want to answer it. Okay. I think once the post pays out, you can no longer vote on those posts. Then if someone makes a comment after 7 days, those comments can still be voted on. Unless the person made the comment and then the 7 days window also expired. It's the same thing with the post. Anytime you drop comments on people's posts, the 7 days windows is on, starting from the date and the time that you dropped the comment. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's right. So here's the thing, though. If you want to keep content evergreen, all you have to do is engage with the content. So a lot of people are so focused on the 7-day payout of their content that they're always like a blazing arrow focused on the content that can be upvoted. But the awesome thing about taking the time to go back and see what people have done in the past is those posts have paid out, those comments have all kind of ranked in order, but you can still drop a comment and have a conversation with the author about the content. And now that creates evergreen content. So Adori is wanting me to ask the question one more time. So what happens to comments after the 7-day payout period expires on the Hive blockchain? And I saw that Sam Smith actually had a very good, insightful answer. She said it's set in stone. So that's kind of what I was gonna bring up as well. So the comment is cemented in place. That's what I wrote. And often this can happen below the bots that are communicating with that post. So this is not really a good look. And this is why Comet Ranker is a service on Hive, and we comment vote, or we comment rank on posts, because we don't want bots and things like that to take precedent over real live people communicating with each other. So after the 7-day payout period, everything kind of solidifies and it's in stone, and it's there for perpetual whatever, as long as the blockchain lasts. So it's there, and that ordering can't really be removed unless you drop a comment and say it gets upvoted by Comet Ranker, and that boosts it up to the very top, right next to the content. that can happen too. So whatever happens, it's always great to have a chance to make some content evergreen and to surprise an author by dropping into one of their older posts. Now, content's the stuff that we care about. That's why we post it. So when you engage and you comment on someone's content, it doesn't matter how old it is. It's kind of flattering to know, hey, this person actually cares enough to come and check out what I wrote before. That is another great way to build a connection with people. So this is another way to use engagement to get closer and heat up your follower list. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up. Yeah, so I don't think that bots should have precedent over real live engagement. Engagement should be up near the top. Bots should be down at the bottom. So that's another thing I wanted to kind of talk about. So yeah, really great. Sam, I'm going to be sending you, I'm just writing on the back of this cue card, Sam Smith, 1971. You get 1 Comet point for answering that question. That's kind of what I was looking for. And thank you as well. It's not really showing green on who's talking here, so I wasn't sure who it is that was explaining that posts don't get paid out anymore. So yeah, there's Sam saying cheers. So awesome. Yeah, okay, so I think it's about time that we dive into our first statistics. I'm not going to be announcing the winners for category 1 until we've looked at all the statistics, and then I'm going to let you guys decide who the winner is. So that's kind of a twist on this. Now, I did say that it's the person with the most pingbacks is the winner. So you guys get to decide who got the most pingbacks and who that is. So, all right. So I'm going to drop the first person into our channel just down below. Let's see here. So is Ping Consoles. That is a text channel. It's right below the communications channel. So I'm going to just drop the first one in there. And let's see. I just got to find it. Here we go. Drop that in there. Now, these aren't animated. I didn't have enough time to animate these. Poppy and I have been so busy sorting out spam and blank accounts. So we've been just totally focused on that. The reason being is because if we're trying to find out authentic engagement and we are authentically engaging, we want to know that we're not engaging with spam accounts, blank accounts, and plagiarized accounts. I count plagiarism as spam. It's just a little more nefarious because people are trying to profit from other people's content, but it still ends up being the same thing. It hogs your attention and directs it away from genuine content and real people. So I count it as spam. So that's kind of our protocol for spam. Spam includes plagiarism. So that's kind of what we did. So all right. So if you guys check, you can also pull up this. This is Nkeman. I had so much trouble saying this name. Nkemakonnam, and I believe she was sponsored by Kenny. So Kenny, thank you so much for bringing so much positive attention to Operation Ping and bringing other commanders in here. I believe that Nkemakonnam, that's really hard to say, is, hey, Pappy, you want to say it?
Yeah, the name is. Yeah, I think we should let. Okay, yes, can I say first? Yeah, the name is Nkemakonnam, but you can shorten it and just call it Nkem, Nkem, the first 4 letters.
NKM, let's do that. NKEM. Yeah.
Just go with that.
Thank you. And you know what? Wow, you can read that? That's amazing.
I love that.
Love it.
That name is the name of my younger brother also.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, NKEM. And And honestly, Kenny, thanks so much for bringing this commander to the ranks. Honestly, you got such great numbers. If you pull up the numbers, everyone, you can kind of see what we got here. NKEM was able to ping her way through 91% of her followers. So she had 33 followers. She's a fairly new account here on the blockchain. There's a little bit more in stats. If you go and look, you can see that 16. It's in the very center here of the console, of the ship's console. This is what we're looking at. You can see that she's got 16 pingbacks. So out of all the people that she pinged, 53% of them converted over to pingbacks. So really awesome job. We're also able to look and see that her followers, 77% of them are active. They're considered active. So that means, quick math, is 23% of them are inactive. So it's good to see fresh accounts that are doing so well in their follower list. We also have a base influence of 31%. So what this means is it's basically the ratio between the followers and the following. So, for example, if you had more people following you than you were following, then that would increase your base influence. And so this is another reason we had to strip out the spam, because those spam accounts following you are kind of skewing the numbers from being real. So yeah, so you can kind of see there as well. You have a network vitality of 3. You also activated Boost 1 and Boost 2, meaning that you earned Comet for every ping that you registered with Comet Ranker, and whoever pinged you back got Comet as well. So I've already sent those off to your followers. It actually turns out to be that you got 30 missions completed, and 16 of which were pingbacks. And so that means 16 of your followers got Comet. So awesome job. Very, very good. Looks like down here at the very bottom, this is new to the console. I actually just did this within the hour. That's why we started off a little bit late. It was like, oh my God, I absolutely have to do this. I can do this. So I actually did it. I put all the reporting here into the bottom here that kind of tells you about your followers. What you can see here is we have the X symbolizes blank accounts. So this is an account that no one's posted anything. All right, so they haven't posted anything. And then the next one, so it's a blank account. It's like an egg. There's nothing there. So here it's potential. There's potential there, but nothing has happened yet. So the next one is your crossed out circle symbol. That is your spam. So on your account, there's only one spam account registered. I was only able to find one spam account in your follower list. I went through all of them. So that accounts for 30, it would be 3% of your followers were spam. And that means 97% of them are authentic, genuine, and real. That turns into 33 people. So very good job. Way to get off on the right foot on the Hive blockchain. Excellent work. So here's the engagement part. If everyone can turn on their mics and snap their fingers for NKEM. I'm doing this because this represents all those pings that she was able to do. Ping, ping, ping. So the idea is if everyone could snap their fingers before we do each announcement. I'm just so proud of this effort. Way to go, taking the time to reconnect with the audience and get them off of the ice and warm them up. So, all right, anyone have any questions that they would like to share? Does anyone have anything they want to add to what I've just showed you about NKEM's account and what she was able to achieve during Operation Ping? Any questions at all? We can always talk about that. I just broke down the console for you and what it means. So Looks like everyone's excited. I hope it all makes sense. If it doesn't, then now's the time to ask the questions. So what does the 77% mean? Iskafan, the Interstellar, is asking. So very good. Let's look at that. So, sorry, we're just going to take another look here. What does the 77% represent? I'm not, oh, the 77% is how many of her followers are considered active. So an active follower would be someone who's posting content within a 14 days. If they're after 14 days, their content is over 14 days old, then they're considered inactive on the blockchain. So that's what it means. Yeah, so how connected she is. So over here on the far right, I didn't actually talk about that, did I? So over on the far right, we can see that she's 53% connected with her audience. So pretty good. That means those people, 53% of her audience was pinging her back. So those are out of all the people that that she pinged. So just keep that in mind as well. So let's just go check over here. I'm gonna pull up one more thing. We're gonna get her badge here. Now, I'm just gonna drop your badge onto the ping console here. Or even better, we'll come over to the communications and we'll put it out there. Here. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna put the console here so everyone can see it. I'm actually recording this, the main communications channel. So hopefully this all shows up in the feed. That'll be handy to see. And as well, we're going to drop her badge here to show exactly how many people NKEM was able. So you're going to see up at the top here, it says 48%. So 48% represents her entire follower list, everybody. So she was able to get pingbacks from 48% of her people. So pretty good. Now, out of the people that she pinged, she didn't ping all of them. She pinged 91% of them. That converted into 53% connection score. So really awesome job. I'm so proud of that effort. That's fantastic. So there we go, 16 pingbacks on the books. So now's the time we're just going to ask another question. I'm going to pull another one of these questions out of this cue card that I have here. Let's see here. That's a good question. Here, we'll ask this one. All right, so everyone got their thinking caps on. Would you say that you have a cold, warm, hot follower list? I'm just wondering what the connection is between you and your followers. When you, for example, comment on their posts, do they comment back to you? When you put content out, are people on your follower list connecting with you? Or, you know, so that's what I'm asking here is, like, how connected do you feel with your follower list, especially after now that you've taken the time to try to connect with all these people? So is it cold, warm, or hot? Everyone drop it in the chat. Looks like we got a couple people writing here. And Trippy, I noticed that you said that it was good that we started late because you were scrambling. So I did catch that in the comments. I try to be on time, but it's good to know that it was able to help you in some way. Trippy's saying pretty cool badge. Yes. And these are dynamic badges. So that as people registered their ping backs, these badges would automatically change and we'd post them to the blockchain. So that was pretty fun. And you can see that this one is a different color than some of them. So that the higher number of people you're able to get ping backs from in percentages of your entire follower list. So the color of the badge will actually change. It's all dynamic. So Kenny says ice cold. Anything like that? Figured that many were already inactive. So that's interesting. Well, I'm interested to see why you feel that way, Kenny. Maybe it's because you're spending a lot of effort to communicate with people and then getting kind of ho-hum connection back. Which is something typical. A lot of people are posting content, but it's like everyone's talking in a room, but no one's listening. So I definitely know exactly what you feel. Maybe it's warm, but your follower list could be warm, but it might feel cold. I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting to see who had the hottest follower list. I think I know who that is already. So Iskafan said she had warm ones. Didn't feel like you had a hot list, but I think what you need to consider is the comparisons, right? Yeah, when you're able to compare your numbers to something else, that kind of I think that can change your perception on that. So I think this is probably a good time to actually talk about that a little bit. Let's see if I can get into that. All right. So before we get on to the other thing I was going to talk about here, so what do you think can be done to improve or heat up your connections? Poppy, would you want to catch whoever puts in the first one, first answer to that question? Any of you can speak up as well, or drop it into the chat. We'll be fielding that question. Whoever gets this one gets one Comet token, which is on market right now for one hive. One Comet token equals one hive right now. So Trippy is saying being genuine, honest, and real. That's how you heat up your followers. Love it. Really awesome. I think that is definitely the answer. Also just being engaged. So what does it mean to be engaged? I think you guys got a little bit of an idea what that means. So an example of someone who's not engaged would be you're sitting down at the dinner table and you're eating your breakfast, and someone from across the table pulls out the newspaper or their cell phone, and they are having a conversation with you, but they're definitely not engaged. So yeah, so what it means to be engaged is to be present, to be in the here and the now. So that's another way to heat up your followers. It's another thing that is good about doing lives, because I'm here and I'm now. So I'm definitely engaged with you guys. And I really want to be even more engaged. That's why Poppy is here in the chat, just looking for questions and whatever else comes up. So, yeah. Adore is saying, improve connections. We need to find out who our true followers are and connect with them. Very good point. If you're trying to engage and connect with people who aren't even there, or who maybe followed you for their own reasons, like maybe, for example, a spam account. One of the first things a spam account does is they follow everybody, hoping that people will follow them back. So, and you'll notice that, Adore knows this more than anybody. You can try to connect or engage with a spam account, and they won't connect with you back. That's not the point. The point is they want to commodify the content, and honestly, guys, this is a way to get pennies compared to making a name for yourself by connecting authentically and honestly, like Trippy was talking about. So, and Adore brings up such a good point, making sure that you're connecting with your people. So finding out who your people are. That was the whole point of Operation Ping, is to get to know your audience, get to know yourself, because remember, they're your mirror, and also get to know the social environment you're navigating. And in so doing, hopefully connect with the right people. So, you know, building a list of who these people actually are, it takes a little bit of work, but that was one of the reasons why Poppy and I decided to filter out all the spam and the blank accounts, so that you guys would have even better idea of who your people are. And that's also the point of the code, the red codes, is at a glance, you can see how connected you are with these people, what their social conditions may be. Is it mission critical to engage with this person or not? You can see who your people are, because you're getting the double rounds, red circles coming back to you. And at a glance with a list like that, you're going to be able to see who your people are and what condition they're in, and maybe what your connection is with them. So yeah, thanks so much for answering that. I'm actually going to send 1 comment point to each Adore and Trippy. So Trippy gets 1 plus. And I'm sorry if I missed anyone else in the chat. Poppy, if you want to jump in here, if I missed someone, let me know. You're the goalie in the net, buddy. So that's 1 comment.
I think Explore with Sasha also puts up a very good point.
Okay.
I mean, make time to build a connection. Connect to the things that you have in common. Just don't engage your comment and leave them hanging. So I think that's also something we can do. You're the umpire, so.
That is fantastic. Thanks so much, Pappy, for explaining that. Sasha, you're right on the money there. You know, with people, fast is slow and slow is fast. So if you're taking the time to really connect with your followers and ping them back when they ping you, that's going to heat things up more, right? That's like going to the stove and cooking your favorite meal. Instead of turning it to, you know, the lowest setting, you just doubled the setting to warm or hot, right? You just hit the accelerator on that relationship, and you're able to compound what happens from that engagement. So yeah, it really is all about taking the time, and it feels like you're able to invest better into the people in your social network when you know who they are. If you have a whole hodgepodge of people and you have no clue who these people are, and you don't even know if they're actually your people, like, why are they following me? Do they love me or not? Right? It's hard to invest. It feels hard to invest in those people. So, you know, Operation Ping was a great example of how we could go about finding out who our people are, and then it feels all right to take the time to invest in them. So I'm going to also give you 1 comment point for that. That is excellent feedback. Thanks so much, Sasha, for that. Great point. All right, let's start snapping our fingers. We've got 12 commanders to go through today to find out how their social is doing on the Hive blockchain. Everyone, put your snappers together and let's get snappy. We're going to pull up the next person on the list, and that next person is Pappy. That was fun. Thanks for letting me do that. All right, so let's pull up his stats here. I'm going to drop them into the ping consoles down below, and I'll also drop them into the main chat here just so that it's recorded on our feed. Go ahead and do that. Okay, Sam's having a little bit of trouble with the Discord voice. I've had a bit of that happening too when I'm doing meetings with ActiFit. I'm part of the ActiFit team over there, so we meet once a week. And lately the Discord has been having issues with sound. I don't know if it's an update thing or what it could be. So anyway, it's good that at least we have a backup on YouTube. Not everyone's able to stream that much data with video from YouTube, but Sam, at least you'll be able to interact in the Discord chat and hopefully hear my voice through the YouTube. So that'll work. All right, Pappy, look at this man. This guy, I am just continually blown away with what this guy has been able to accomplish. He closed the gap on 100% of his followers. So that means he did 39 missions. He was able to connect or at least ping 39 people in his entire follower list. And we'll just pull up the stats here really quick. So what you can see here is Pappy's a fairly new account. You're pretty new to the blockchain based on the number of followers you have, Pappy. And I know that you're new because just the level of engagement that you have is to steal Iskafan's title. It's interstellar. So honestly, really, really love to see new people on the blockchain who are bringing that level of engagement to their follower list, and just so authentic and genuine. Can't say enough good stuff about Pappy and his ability to connect and engage authentically. So this is really showing up in the numbers here that we can see. If you look, you're going to see over on the right-hand side of the console, he's connected 72%. During the space of 7 days of Operation Ping, he was able to connect with 72% of his followers. So that is outstanding. Out of the 39 ping missions, 28 of those were converted over to pingbacks. So that means someone took the time to return his reply. So that means he's engaging at a high level. And when you do, birds of a feather flock together. So when you do this, you tend to attract other people who are that way. And so this is also another way to heat up your followers and your connection and really get to know your audience is by putting out that signal. You can consistently put that signal out. You attract the right kind of people towards yourself. I said that your follower list is a mirror. It actually is a way to look at yourself, look at the blockchain. But yeah, people like you are going to be attracted to you. So if you're engaging with them at a high level and putting your whole heart and soul into that, they're not going to give you a half-hearted response. They're going to be flattered that you took the time to really read through their content and engage insightfully with them in the comments down below. So awesome work here. Your network vitality is 14. I know that honestly, Pappy, if you just keep at it, this number is going to explode for you. So now, part of the vitality number is also the social environment that we are trying to navigate too. So if there's a lot of unfriendliness going around, that can definitely impact. So whatever happens on layer 0, which is your community, how layer 1 impacts layer 0, it does matter. So this changes the feel, the experience that people have on the blockchain, and this is a social blockchain. So main features and fundamentals do matter for our viability and our vitality on the network and our social well-being. So really honestly, a lot of the things I've seen in the stats point towards just exceptional people doing exceptional things on the blockchain. And you know what? The blockchain can be pockets of huge amounts of positivity and also some negativity. And we cannot ignore the facts that, our fundamentals, like main features like an upvote or a downvote, do impact how people social on the blockchain. So way to go though, Pappy, for navigating all of this while also just navigating through this social environment and doing so well with it. definitely being heart and soul into your followers and your connection and your content, and just raising the bar. You know, that's what I see. So yeah, base influence is 35%. So what's happened is Poppy's new, so he has 111 people following that he's following, and he has 39 people that are followers of his account. So he has basically gone around the blockchain and really resonated with some people and followed a bunch of people, 111 to be specific, and just really wanting to, hopefully, I'm thinking he's probably wanting them to follow him back. So when you're a new account, it's hard to know how to grow and connect in this way. But at some point, you got to put yourself out there and follow people, and they might not follow you back until they see more from you, more content. And whenever you're popping up in their comments or other people's comments, then they're going to be like, oh, right, that guy. And they might not even realize that they haven't followed you back. So yeah, so if we look at the stats down here, there were 0 blank accounts, 3% were spam accounts, but 98% or 39 accounts were authentic. We authenticated them. So very good, awesome work. And thank you also, Pappy, for activating Boost 1 and 2. And just awesome job. Really, really proud of what you were able to accomplish there. A shining example. I'm just going to drop your badge in here. It looks like Iskafan is now in the targeted area. So that's awesome, Iskafan. I'm going to be coming by to boost some of your... oh, and there, Trippy just jumped into the target area as well. True North, Pappy is in the target area. So I've got a whole bunch of people that I'm going to be reblogging with the Comet Ranker account. And I'm also going to be supporting some of your engagement as well with the boost. Awesome job. I'm just going to drop Poppy's badge in here. And it's pretty cool. He got the pink one, just so you guys know. How about that? So I don't know if there's very many people who managed to get the pink one, but he was able to get pingbacks from 72% of his entire follower list. So really fantastic. Pappy, do you have any questions or anything you'd like to share with the rest of the group about your experience with Operation Ping? I'm going to let you talk here a little bit if you want.
First thing I want to say, it shouldn't have been possible without all of you. It's like I've said so many times, it's like just the most interesting week in my time in life. I didn't know that you could have so much fun connecting with people like I did for that week. You find out lots of things that are going to be practice. It helps us to understand that there's a lot more with just, voting first than just blogging. When you read through it, you get to learn about the person themselves, and it's such a wonderful way to engage. Thank you very much, and I'm so grateful that I didn't know I got up to 100%. I'm happy that I got to that level. Thank you very much, Anna.
Awesome, Pappy. It's been a real pleasure getting to know you and all the commanders during Operation Ping. We didn't just get to know our followers, we also got to know each other. Yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I can definitely see. I put the entire month of December into designing the back end of this and just thinking through how this would all work. So all of February went into that. And so then we also, all of us, put our entire selves into this endeavor for the entire month of January. And here it is. It's already the 11th of February. So I've been at this for a while. You guys have been at this for a while, but it's so awesome to see the results and just see that, we're tight as a group. And we're connecting around the same values and really getting to know each other. So yeah, awesome work, everybody. So, all right, let's see. What should we do next? I just want to talk about a little bit about the pings by category, just for reference, so that we can understand these badges. So, if you notice that Category 1 Commander Pappy, he was able to convert 72% of his followers, which was 28 pingbacks in the space of 7 days. He was able to do that. And so that is significant, especially when you look at the entire numbers. So out of all of the missions in Category 1, there was 128 missions in total. So whether those came back as single ping missions or double ping missions, there was 128 of them. And so 80 of those were ping backs. That's a conversion rate of 63%. So 63% of people were pinging back. So now that's your baseline for Category 1. So you can see Pappy is actually... he's 9% above the average on Category 1. So really, what that says to me is he really did authentically put effort into communicating and engaging with people. That's really says a lot about the guy. So and so I guess what we'll also talk about is Category 2, just for context, just to see that what these are our commanders who have over 100 followers and under 1,000 followers. So Category 1 was commanders with under 100 or less followers, and Category 3 was people commanders with over 1,000 followers. Just for reference. So what it means is Category 1, you guys are the newbies. You guys are new on the blockchain. Category 2, you've been around a little bit. You kind of know the place a little bit. Category 3, it means you've been here a while. You know what's what, and you've been through the ups and downs of the entire social blockchain that we call Hive. So, yeah, so this is interesting to look at these numbers in relation to how old the accounts are. So Category 2, you guys were just rocking it. I'm just going to allude to this because we're almost going to be getting into Category 2 commanders here. You guys were able to register 546 missions. That's a lot of pinging. So out of that, 302 came back as pingbacks. So that's fantastic. For reference, you were able to convert 55% of your followers into pingbacks. So that's pretty cool. So man, I saw a lot of work happen during Category 2. I saw a lot of work happen during Category 1. And oh my God, I saw a lot of work happen during Category 3. So all of you guys just did amazing. I'm also going to say Category 3. This was a harder one. So I'm going to bring this up at the very end. We'll talk about that. So I'm just going to lay this card off to the side. Miles will talk a little bit about spam. Category 1 had an overall spam and blank effect of 6%. So not too much spam happening. In that regard, it would look like Hive Watchers is actually doing that part of their job well. They are controlling for spam, definitely. Now, I would say maybe a little bit too much. Maybe some situations over-policing things, but it's undeniable, and I got to give credit where credit's due. Spam was a huge problem. The older the accounts are on the blockchain, the newer accounts are less affected by spam. So we've got only 6% of people's followers were actually spam accounts. In Category 2, we've got a doubling up of that. We've got 12% of your followers were spam. And in Category 3, we actually had 50% of followers were spam. So half of Adori's followers were actually spam accounts. Man, that's a social environment where there is no oxygen to breathe. So tough to be successful when there's that much spam on the network. So that's a little bit of context for what we're navigating here in our Comet Ranker ships, right? So just wanted to share some of those numbers with you. Anyone got any questions about that? Drop it in the chat or just speak up on the channel. Just gonna check over at YouTube here. No NASA today. Yeah. Sam is saying that I'm not wearing my other shirt today, but I do have my little astronaut. I've got my little pin here. He's got a little astronaut jumping around. He's the icon for Comet Ranker, and he's a little bit of a sassy astronaut. But that's what all the fun is about, right? How do you label comments as spam? So what we're not actually, Trippy, we're not actually labeling comments as spam. That would take too much to kind of assess the damage of comment spam. And it's kind of subjective. It's very hard to identify. Sometimes it's very hard to identify spam. So it's actually a huge endeavor to identify spam. Plagiarism is a lot easier to identify. You just copy and paste it into a plagiarizer detector. Now, what was interesting was that people would try out the Hive blockchain. This is what I learned from reviewing all these spam accounts, is they would try out the Hive blockchain, get frustrated or say it's not working. Maybe they joined it for all the wrong reasons. And then they would quit trying to engage authentically. It was just too much work for these people. And so what they did is they went and looked for content to copy and paste onto the blockchain. And that's kind of what ended up happening to a lot of accounts that were considered spam accounts. They just eventually died out because, you're not really resonating. You're not really intelligently engaging with your followers, your audience, if you're dropping other people's content that you don't even care about or you didn't write. So they're trying to profit from other people's content, and that always is going to kick you in the butt. So then what happens is you get these people that what they end up doing is they end up giving up on that account, starting a new account and doing the exact same thing, like, just repeating the thing that wasn't working over and over again, which is a definition of insanity. But anyway, so spam could really muck up entire social networks. So in that regard, I gotta say, Hive Watchers is doing their job at that point. I just think that we need to refine how they're doing it. So so identifying spam, it's a really hard thing to do. It was almost like forensics. You would go back and look at each of these accounts, and we saw it all. We saw the lying, the cheating, the stealing. We saw the bodies. Poppy and I had to do this together. It took an entire week to filter out the blanks in the spam accounts, and we did our very best. Now, this is I'm going to say we did our best, but this is by no means a perfect list. We will be providing you these lists of your followers with the spam filtered out so that it gives you a better idea of who your followers actually are and what their conditions are. I will be doing that later on, sending out your lists all broken down with everything that we were able to sort out. So, yeah. All right. Poppy, have I missed anything? I don't know. The chat is kind of moving here.
Not that I can tell.
Okay.
Seems like you're moving with the speed of the chat also.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep moving here. So let's get our snappers ready and let's start encouraging the next one. Here's our next commander. We've got Commander Celini from the Philippines. She's up next. And I'm going to drop her ship console in here. I don't know. Is Celini in the house even? Not sure if she's here. She might be one of the double ups. I'm not sure. But yes, we're going to drop hers in. And I'm just going to try to move. Oh, yeah. No. So Explore with Sasha says she couldn't be reached on the messenger. That's too bad. Well, she's still got her stats here. She'll eventually make her way here. So we're just dropping her stats into the channel. All right, let's talk about it. Selene did an amazing job. Wow. She was able to ping 88% of her followers. So what that turned into was 50 ping missions, which she executed very, very well, because 30 of them, 30 of the 50 missions converted over to pingbacks. You can look in the middle of the console and see that. So out of all the people that she pinged, her success rate was 60%. Very good. So she's 60% connected. She has a base influence of 84%. And the reason for that is she must be doing something right, because either engaging or putting out the good content that her audience resonates with, because there are 68 people following her, and she has 57, or she's following 68 people, and she has 57 followers. So it's almost even in that. And so that boosted up her network vitality to 28. Out of all of her followers, 78% are active and 12% are inactive. So honestly, Selene, very good job here. Really fantastic. We can see that there are no blank accounts following her. She has 7% spam was following her, but 93% of her network is very healthy and authenticated. So, so that's really good. Fantastic numbers. 30 ping bags. How about that? Amazing work. She's not in the room, so we're going to be moving as quickly as we can. But before that, I'm going to just drop her badge into here. It looks like Adori's jumped up into the target zone. It's fantastic, Adori. Looks like you're going to get, I'm going to be coming by your Hive account and targeting or reblogging one of your posts today, and also encouraging you engagement as well with Comet Ranker. So fantastic. Very good. So yeah, you can see 53% of her entire follower list converted over to pingbacks. So let's move on to Zybut. He's next here. Let's get our snappers ready. Is Zybut in the room? Is Zybut here? Zaya, are you here? I don't see him in the room, but that's okay. Maybe he'll review the audio. I believe he's in Pakistan, so maybe he has stuff happening. All right, so Zaya is a brand new person on the Hive blockchain that actually I used to connect with him in some of the fitness stuff that I was doing. He's very active with ActiFit. He's a great guy. He really wants to learn as much as he can. And so I'm so glad that he decided to join us as a commander for Operation Ping. I'm going to drop his console. And there it is. So I'm going to try to move a little quicker here because we're already at the hour-and-a-half point. So we're going to move a little bit faster here. Just drop in his, and this will be the last of the category 1 commanders. So yeah, awesome work, Zaya. So we can see that he actually pinged 113% of his followers. So what that means is he actually ended up pinging a spam account, and the spam account got docked off from the follower list. So he went over and above in that he at least tried to connect with the spam account that had followed him. Yeah, so he's very fresh and new. I know that he was at on Hive for the longest time doing stuff with ActiFit. Then I don't know if he got discouraged or what happened, but he ended up leaving the blockchain, and then he came back and he reached out to me just before Operation Ping was starting, and I'm so glad he decided to do that. Yeah, so it's showing here that he's still a fairly new account, and that is indeed the truth. So he had 9 ping missions registered. Awesome work. He was able to connect with 67% of those accounts that followed him. And he has a base influence of 89% because his follower to following ratio is almost equal. Network vitality is 1. So, he's still in that growing state where he's trying to find his legs, right? So these are the kinds of people we're going to see. Lots of people here who are new and who are just fresh and new. And these are the kinds of people we need to support and help along the way. That's what we do. We help each other. So because on a social blockchain, if you're winning, I'm winning. And that's really how I feel about doing this. Operation Ping was all about supporting you guys. And I know that you guys are busy supporting me. And so that's the rule of social is you get what you give. So give it everything you got. That's kind of my personal trainer angle on social. So anything that you want more of in your life, what you do is you provide that to other people. It's out of this abundance that we receive, rather than a scarcity is like, I need this from someone. What we do is we give support to get support, right? So that's kind of what I'm hinting at here. And so these are great opportunities because now we can see how people's social is doing. We can connect it, engage with our followers. We know how they're doing as well. So, but now with the commanders, we're able to really see how each and every single commander is doing with their social. And just because this is our online lives doesn't mean that there isn't social happening outside of the digital, right? So that also affects how well we're doing online. So those two interact with each other. I know in the Philippines recently, they just went through the super typhoon, and that just wiped social out on the blockchain just as much as it wiped out for the Philippines, just as much as it wiped out everything at the Philippines. So it was really interesting to see how that affected you guys and what you guys did in the Philippines to rise above that and connect and engage and overcome those adverse conditions. And you could really see how that glued everybody together, even inside their digital communities. So I really saw a lot of that. And it's one of the reasons I just love Filipino people is because they're so tight. If you ever want to see a tight community that really cares and loves about each other, man, the Filipino community and I'm sure the African communities, you guys know what it means to be a community. And so we want to bring some of that online because when everybody comes together and supports each other like that, then we're all winning, and if you're winning, I'm winning, right? So yeah, anyway, that's what I see here is Zaya really jumped forward and said, pick me, I want to be part of this. And I'm so glad I was able to support him like that. So yeah. Anything to report, Poppy? Anything at all?
Nothing for now. We just have been fun in the chat discussing about the very wonderful food.
Food is always good. It brings people together. All right, so that's all of our Category 1 commanders. So, guys, who won that? Who is the Category 1 commander that won? I want to know. I want all the snapping fingers. Let's snap our fingers. Who won for Category 1? That's a wrap for Category 1, but I want to know who won that. We got all sorts of, we saying Pappy. We've got Pappy in here. Isn't it Pappy? So let's go look at the numbers to see who is the winner. So what we got here is 16 pingbacks from NKEM. We got 28 pingbacks. Just double check that. Yeah, 28 pingbacks from Poppy. And we've got 30 pingbacks from Selene. And Zybot was able to ping back at 6. So, Pappy, I'm so sorry, buddy. It looks like you got beat out. It is Selene. She is the winner for Category 1. So, fantastic work. Pappy, honestly, thank you so much. We're all winners. I'm so glad I just talked about that. When one person's winning, we're all winning. It is absolutely true. So, Dory thought it was Pappy. I thought it was Pappy for the longest time too. I mean, he could very well be the next winner next time we do this. Depends on how many people follow him. Explorer Sasha saying, I need to call Josella. Yeah, you need to get on the phone and call that girl and say, hey, get over here. You just won yourself Selene, you just won yourself 267 Hive from Comet Ranker because you were able to convert. Let's just get that number here. You were able to convert 53 of your entire audience to pingbacks. So that is 30 pingbacks, and that was 53% of your entire following. So fantastic. That's so good. At this time, I want to also talk about K Preddy. K Preddy is actually sponsored. He actually donated 30 Hive to the Category 1 Commanders because he has a heart for the new people on Hive. So 30 Hive. So what we're going to do here is 1, 2, 3. So I thought that the best way to divvy this out would be to give NKEM, Pappy, and Zybot 10 Hive each, just for being a part of Category 1 Commanders. You guys paid 1 Hive to be part of this crazy thing called Operation Ping, and look at you guys. You've gotten 10 Hive back. So that is like, is that 1,000% back? Yeah. Anyway, so really fantastic work, you guys. Thanks to K Preddy. He's someone over on ActiFit that I know, and he's one of the guys that I've been connecting with, and he helped do the Hindi translation for Operation Ping, the announcement post. He decided to donate 30 Hive to all the Category 1 Commanders. So each of you, NKEM, Pappy, and Zybot will get 10 Hive as well. So look at that. Everyone's winning. This is fantastic. So, all right, let's move on to the next thing. We're going to start with our Category 2 Commanders here. Now, I want to start with Explore with Sasha. She had a special situation while she was doing Operation Ping. So do you have audio, Sasha? You want to talk to everyone? Just tell us how you're doing. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, well, so far I'm doing good, and I'm back to my regular job. And at first I was like having a hard time with the connection because I was still in the province. And when I get back to Cebu, I thought that the connection will be better, but the connection of the internet is like in and out, so it's really hard for me to communicate with my friends, asking them how are they doing, because Cebu really doesn't have a stable connection after the typhoon. And when I arrived, I was actually in quarantine. I didn't know that my landlord were positive or were COVID positive. And after that, I don't have a choice because I was already exposed to them. So I don't want to go out and, put other people at risk. So I stayed in quarantine. I stayed inside. And after a few days, I was feeling the symptoms, like all of the symptoms. So I was like feeling restless, and I was like, oh my God, the ping mission is about to start. So I told you that I think I'm not gonna be, doing the ping or the engagement because of my situation. So, but anyways, I'm so happy with all of the people who actually doing the ping mission. Even if I wasn't able to join as much as I want, I'm still rooting for everyone. I'm actually sending a message to Queen Miko, and I'm telling her to go for it.
Yeah, I saw so much of your encouragement in the chat. And honestly, so sorry that you have had such a hard time, like going from the typhoon straight into dealing with COVID and your family having it. This is just the worst possible thing ever. And yet you guys, I'm so impressed with the spirit of the Filipino people, because you guys just rise above these things. And I think part of that is because you have such great connections with each other. So thank you so much for being a part of Operation Ping, even though it was such a hard time for you and you were feeling not well, and your family wasn't doing well. Honestly, I actually messaged Sasha and I said, hey, I know you're not feeling well, but if you could just please just register at least one ping back, then I could at least give you the badge. So I'm going to do that right now, Sasha. I want to give you your badge for being a part of this. So honestly, I'm just going to drop that in there right now because you totally deserve this badge for being a part of this. Like she stopped what she was doing. She pinged a couple of her followers and maybe some of her tightest friends, and they pinged her back, and then she registered those missions with Comet Ranker, and I was able to give her this badge, and I'm just so happy. And then I was totally surprised when she sent another mission. And I know when you get this the dreaded C, that it can be so exhausting. So I didn't want to ask too much of you, Sasha, but thank you so much for at least going for it. And I'm so honored to be able to give you the badge. That this shows that you actually are Comet Ranker commander. So honestly, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, so you can see all Sasha's stats are right on the console here. Poppy and I decided to go through. Actually, I think Poppy did the sorting on this one, but on your account, on your follower list here. So you had it's showing here that you have 151 followers that we were able, and only one of those was a spam account. So that is a really healthy account. There are 8 blank accounts. So these are people maybe not sure or just checking out Hive. They haven't made a post on Hive. So anyway, yeah, your account's looking really healthy. We went through the entire list of 151 followers that you have, and we're only able to find one spam account out of all of that. So yeah, I just, because anyone who registered a mission with Operation Ping, this was an added service that we wanted to provide to you just for participating. But of course, these are just our opinions on what spam is, and it's all subjective. So I always keep an eye out for it. But yeah, Sasha, thank you so much for being a part of this. All right, Iskafan is leaving, but here's the thing, Iskafan, we're doing your account next. So here we go. Let's just do it. Iskafan's dashboard. I'm going to just drop that into the chat, into the ping consoles here. And why not? We'll pull it up onto the communications as well. So Iskafan really, honestly, you have such an interstellar way to engage with your followers. I'm always so impressed to watch you at work. And it really shows in your network vitality. So your network vitality score was 353. You were 63% connected with your followers that you pinged. You pinged 93% of them. I just saw this girl going all out. She pulled out all the stops and did everything she could to reach all of her followers. So wow, it was awesome to see this. Your influence score is 136%. That is because you have more followers than you are actually following. So it's amazing to see that so many people want to follow you because of the content and just your genuine, authentic way of connecting with people and just being real. So it really showed up in your stats really fantastically. And I can say that your account is extremely healthy. All 128 of your followers are authenticated. There are no spam. There are no blank accounts. Everything looks fantastic. So I know you got to run off to the store. So I am going to quickly drop in your badge so that everyone can see what that is. I would say that's interstellar, wouldn't you, Poppy? Poppy's saying that it's interstellar. Unreal, hotter than fire. I see a lot of people giving you some positive stuff. So Iskafan, thank you so much for being a commander with Operation Ping. There is your badge. You can see 75 pingbacks. Do you know how much engagement that is? Amazing. 59% of your entire follower list pinged you back. So amazing, especially when you consider that category. Category 1, the average ping back was 63%. I think Pappy might have boosted those numbers, but anyway, anything above 50% is really fantastic. The average pingback ratio for all categories was actually 46%. So you're above the average. So that's really fantastic. Yeah. All right. So we're going to just pause here and we're going to ask a question. This is a 100 hive question. I'm going to give the winner of this question, whoever puts it first into the chat, it's 100 hive, guys. So you guys don't go away, Iskafan. This one's gonna pay for everything at the grocery store. So don't go. Stay here. Whoever drops this first, I need to see the code, the red code first in the chat. Pappy, are you watching? I'm gonna need your help with this one. I need my true north. Iskafan's still here. That's good. This is gonna pay for the groceries, Iskafan. You wanted to go to the store. So, if you get this, it'll pay for the groceries. So whoever gets the question right is going to get 100 hive and 1,000 comet. That's a lot of comet, guys. This is like your initial coin offering, basically. That's what all these events have been, is me dropping the comet. So, all right. So, and here's the thing. Turn all your speakers on because this is an out loud answer. Out loud. You can say it out loud, or you can drop it in the chat. I'm going to say that, okay? But I'm going to say if you take off the mute, you might actually have a chance at this. All right, so here's the question. Everyone listen carefully. We use red symbol codes to indicate the results we got during Operation Ping. Which of the codes indicate the most critical, important to social well-being of a follower's account, and why? So which of those codes indicate the most critical situation, a follower who's in the most critical situation on Hive? So we've got all the different kinds of red emoji codes. We've got the round red circle. We've got the double round red circle. Not clear. People not understanding. I'm going to drop this into the chat. 1 second, okay? I'm going to drop a bunch of these things into the chat. right, so I've dropped a bunch of codes into the chat. Which one is the most critical to social on the blockchain? And Kenny's got it. Kenny's got it. Double square. Iskafan, you missed it just by... Oh, so close. Kenny, you got it. It's yours. Iskafan, you almost had it. Yes, indeed it is. It is the double square. Why would I say that? Does anyone have an idea of why I would say that? Why would I say that the double square indicates the most critical social situation on the blockchain? Whenever I get one of those reports that has a double square on it, I kind of sit up on the edge of my seat and I pay attention because there's something going on with that account. Why would I do that? Right. So Trippy is saying it's an inactive follower that comes back to being active. Right. It's kind of like they're sitting off to the sideline. They're no longer publishing content out onto the blockchain. But when you ping them, they still ping you back. So there's still signs of life. It's like when we're checking in on our followers to see if they're still alive or not, if the lights are on or not, then what that shows is there's still signs of life. If you were triaging patients at a hospital, you would assess all of the people coming into the hospital, and you would identify them with certain codes to say this person's too far gone, this person's gone, this person's healthy, this person here is, oh my God, we need to do something about this person right now and help them, right, with their social, right? So it's the double square code. So in this case, Kenny, you got it right. Trippy, you have given the exact reason why you were right. So I will give you, I'm going to be willing to give you 10 Hive for that answer. And you'll get 100 Comet for that. It means you understand the codes. That's fantastic. So this is for Trippy. Dory saying.
I dropped same time. I dropped same time, same answer. So give me 2 now.
Let me see. Got to go back. Kenny is way up here 2 times at the top. First inactive. Yeah, I needed a code, Adori. That's the problem. Double squares. Yeah. Almost got it. Don't worry, there's more questions to be asked coming up.
I think she's talking about the one you gave to Trippy Man just now.
Oh, okay. Let me see that. I missed that. Sorry. Thanks, Poppy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We have same time and our answers are almost correct. The same.
Yeah.
So give me 2.
I don't see why not. I'm just trying to see where it is. Inactive follower. Oh, yes, you did it. All right. I will give you as well, Adori. Thank you so much. You got it. So that's the both of you. So thank you so much for providing the reason. And Kenny, you got the answer right off the bat. So very good. And Adori, way to go for jumping in like that and informing me. I don't see everything that happens in the chat. All right. So let's move on to our next one. We've done Iskafan. We've kind of seen her. You guys understand the consoles now, so we'll be able to go a little bit faster. We're going to go on to Kenny now. Kenny has quite a few missions completed. That guy. And he just won 100 Hive too and 1,000 Comet. So wow. Good job, Kenny. Congratulations. we're moving on to your account now and looking at your social. Let's have a look at how hot these followers are. You said that your followers are warm, and so I'm curious about that. Or at least that's how you were feeling with them. Iskafan, if you want, you can go to the store now. It's up to you. There's still other questions coming, though, and there's going to be more winnings as well. So if you are able to stay, thank you so much for staying on. Here is here is Kenny's number. So Kenny, awesome, man. Like, this guy has so many followers. After we stripped out the blank and the spam, he had 231 followers. He managed to ping 72% of them, and he got pingbacks from 87 of those followers, which converts over to a connection score of 52. So, you know, I would say warm is actually accurate. You are actually accurate in your assessment of your followers. The fact that you have 52% connection score shows you that your follower list is warm. And so this presents a challenge when our accounts grow bigger and bigger and bigger. How do we divide our time and attention, and who do we connect with, and how do we connect with them? It's another reason I started this Comet Ranker HQ, is so that I can connect with people in a different way than is available on the Hive blockchain. It can be more coordinated and can bring people together as a hub. So, you know, what are the things, the type of content that we can produce to heat up our followers and produce more engagement and more connection with them? So yeah, you got a warm score, but I have to congratulate you for doing all you could to get the most complete picture of your social possible by doing that many pings, 72% of your followers. So right now you have 231 followers, and you have a following of 90. You're following 94 people. So this gives you a base influence of 246%. Now that's where your network vitality really jumps. So the people who are following you, they're following you for good reasons. We can definitely see a healthy social account that could probably benefit from some sort of strategy for connecting and engaging. Maybe doing a connection or engagement post once a week to connect with your followers, and that's the only reason for the post. Is it's just a little hub of activity. You could call it like, I have this idea for Comet Ranker. We're just going to have party posts. We'll host random parties on people's posts and just engage. So that's kind of an idea that you could do to reconnect and heat up those connections. I think you're on the right track, though. You know, when I look at your account, Pappy was able to sort this account for spam. So what we have is 6% of them are blank accounts, 2% of them are spam accounts, which is very minimal. You're minimally impacted by spam, and 92% of them are healthy. So thank you for sponsoring so many people and being so positive about what we're doing with Operation Ping. Yeah, really fantastic score here. So I'm going to drop your badge.
Hey, Will.
Hey, what's up?
Ken says he wants 10 of his winnings to be given to Explore with Sasha.
10 of his hive should go to who?
Explore with Sasha.
Explore with Sasha. Love it. Kenny, thank you so much for supporting our people way out in the Philippines. Yep. She's gone through so much. I really see the big heart there. Thank you so much for doing that. This is Kenny all the way through this entire Operation Ping. He's been he's been buying people Comet on the market and giving people boosts. He's been sponsoring people to Operation Ping. That guy has gone out of his way so many times to be supportive. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to warm up his connections. And I tell you, just by dropping 10 Hive for Sasha and acknowledging all that she's been going through. This is another great way to warm up those connections and spread some good Kenny in the world. I always say I spread goodwill. Well, Kenny is spreading good Kenny all over the place. So this is going to go to Sasha. I'm going to make a note of that. Thanks so much, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny.
So nice. Sam's saying he's an amazing guy. He really is.
Buy it for coffee for later.
Yes, bite to the coffee. Nice. All right, is Masoom in the house? Let's jump over to Masoom next. All right, so I'm going to just drop his console in. I don't know if Masoom was able to make it. He's a friend with Zaya, Zybat. Those guys go walking together. They're friends. So I think Masoom brought Zaya over to the Hive blockchain. And that's how I originally met Zaya, is through Masoom. And Masoom I met with ActiFit. So Mohammed's ActiFit is really bringing people together around healthy and fit lifestyles. And what we're doing here with Comet Ranker is we're bringing people together around healthy and fit social engagement, right? So, all of this kind of fits together, and healthy hearts, healthy minds equals healthy bodies. So Zaya and Masoom are friends in real life, and they go for walks together. So much respect for those two guys, engaging in real life. So anyway, so this is Masoom. Looks like he's from Pakistan as well. Masoom and Zaya are not in the room, so I'm not sure why, but that's okay. They can view the replay. Here's Masoom's ship console. What we can see here is his account has been around a little while. He's struggled here and there with connecting with his followers, but he made a very concerted effort, being able to ping 16% of his follower list. Now, he has a bigger follower list, so he had 300 followers. And we were only able to identify, interestingly enough, 7% of those accounts that we took off of his follower stats here were blank accounts. He has 0 spam accounts. There are no spam accounts following him. 93% of his follower account has been authenticated as, it's a pretty healthy looking account in that regard. His base influence is 306%. So he's following 98 people and he has 300 followers. So there are a lot of people that look up to Masoom, and that's really fantastic. Out of his follower list, 67% of them are active. So there's a bit of a gap there in, maybe some people in his social circle are feeling a bit discouraged on the blockchain. So we can definitely reach out to those followers and this is only factoring in 6% of his overall follower list. So there's only so much that can be gathered. That's something I got to say, is the more people that we ping, the more accurate these numbers become and the more clearer the picture of our social becomes. So I think Masoom we're still kind of trying to figure out exactly what his social looks like. So that's kind of what my feedback is on that. But currently at his current 16% ping rate, we have a 35 network vitality. So yeah, good job, Masoom. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, who is that? Oh, it's Kenny. Okay. All right. So let's drop Masoom's badge into the chat. So there we go. Masoom is a winner. Anyone that has participated in Operation Ping, whether it's 2 pingbacks like Sasha got, or you know what some of the higher ping ratios are, you guys are all winners just for being here. So thank you so much. Here's Masum's rate. He got 7% of his entire follower list to ping him back, which is a total of 20 pingbacks. So congratulations on getting the 20 badge, Masum. It's a very good start, and I think honestly, I would really like to encourage you to continue pinging your follower list, all of you guys, because this is the first thing you need to do to figure out who your audience is and heat up those connections. So big ups over here from Canada and the world. All right, we're going to go over to Queen Miko. She's next for category 2. Explore with Sasha, is Queen Miko there with you? Did I understand that right?
She's on the chat, but I'm not with her. Right
oh, okay,
now.
okay.
Okay. Catch up later on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Have lunch.
Okay. I'm glad she's in the chat. Hey, Queen Miko, we're going to do you next. Thanks so much for being here. And it looks like you're on fire. All the commanders are on fire except for Old School Town. Is Old School Town in the house? That is our master engager. This guy is all over the blockchain, and we know him as Wrestling Desires. If any of you guys know how to get that guy's attention and pull him over here into Comet Ranker Central over here before his stats come up, that would be fantastic. Sam, you're from that part of the world. Maybe you know him or can ping him. But yeah, here we go. We've got Queen Miko and her stats. Let's take a close look at this. Thanks, Sam. Yeah. You're next, by the way, on the list. So after Queen Miko is Sam, and then Wrestling Desires is next for our category 2 commanders. All right. So Queen Miko, you managed to ping 65% of your followers. Good job on doing that. Wow, that's a lot of work and focus, and you really, really upped your game there. Queen Miko is really trying to grow her account. She really wants to grow her account, and that's why she's following a lot of people. So she has 309 people that she's following, and she has 99 followers. So that means every ping that she made, she was converting that by 1%. So that would indicate, well, she's done 64 ping missions. And out of those 64 ping missions, she managed to convert 22 of them into pingbacks. So that sounds to me like it's a lot of hard work getting through to your followers. And so this Operation Ping would be the perfect thing to learn more about how to do that. And I tell you, the best way that I've ever learned is by watching other people do. And so we can all support each other and help each other in this way. Now that we know what our social stats are by the end of Operation Ping, we will be able to know who to keep an eye on. Hey, what's that Iskafan, and what's that Kenny, and what's that Pappy, and what's that Sam? What are they all? What's Adori? What's everyone doing with their engagement, and how is that affecting their social? And the thing about social on Hive is the better we do socially, we all win. And this isn't just about social capital, which is number one. We should focus on social capital first. And I'm showing you this in the stats. When you take care of your social capital on Hive, it translates directly into financial capital. So the better we are able to do at taking care of people socially, it's all going to translate over into financially, we're all doing better. So, and it's actually like this in real life too. The better we take care of the people around us, the better they take care of us. So it's not just what happens on Hive. It's also what happens in real life. So yeah, anyway, I just noticed here that 91% of your followers are active. So they're posting content. So this can be a little frustrating, I'm sure, where it feels like you're in a room where everyone's talking and nobody's listening. So that's the beauty of comments, is comments are proof that someone read your content and they responded. It's proof that people are listening. So listening is the key to understanding your people. So I'm sure this is a little frustrating to ping so many people and not hear back from them, especially when they're so active. So yeah, anyway, just want to acknowledge that your efforts to connect genuinely and authentically, I really did see a lot of that. And it was really fantastic to see you making this effort. Because when it comes to meeting a bunch of strangers, because I'm sure a lot of these people you don't know, and a lot of them you do know, and maybe some of this is also impacted by what's happened in the Philippines. We do have to acknowledge that. So maybe a lot of these pings were actually sent to people that you know in the Philippines, and because of the typhoon, the super typhoon, they weren't pinging you back. So we got to acknowledge that as well. It could be that is also influencing your numbers. So this only means that, hey, you know, we need to all rally around Queen Miko and give her that support. We need to rally around all the people in the Philippines and give them that support, because if they're not able to ping their own friends back in the Philippines, then that means everything's suffering. It's hard what they're going through. So this is when we need to all reach out as a community and support those people in those critical moments. So I think that this is I hope, an honest assessment of your numbers, Queen Miko. If you do want to add anything to what I've said, I do have to say though that your account's looking super healthy. 99, it's like 95% authenticated. There's only 5% blank accounts, which means maybe some people are sitting on the fence, deciding if they want to jump into the social environment on Hive. So yeah, overall, very interesting numbers, telling us a very interesting story. And if you'd like to jump in here, Queenie, you can definitely do so, or just drop something into the chat is fine too. I'm going to drop your badge into the chat. Speaking of which.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what did you think of what I assessed on your social there? Is anything ringing true?
Yeah, you're right. Most of my followers are Cebu bloggers, and that time when we were doing the ping missions, internet and signal or data here is really now working. So yeah, you're right. That's why I don't have any. The ping backs are not. The numbers are not corresponding to how much I commented.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I absolutely think so. And at this point, I think it's fitting that I'm going to tell you something, okay? Because I realize that you've been over there, you've been overcoming adverse conditions over there, and it's not easy to hear back from people, and you're probably feeling disconnected from your friends and loved ones. You know, we just want to say, you know, we want to support you, and we see how this is all impacting you personally, even on the Hive blockchain. So yeah, honestly, I'm going to send you another 10 Hive, just like Kenny was being so generous. I'm going to send 10 Hive your way, just because. 10 Hive.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Even little things that we can do to help out over there. I know that things must be kind of going crazy in the Philippines. However, it's probably coming back together, hey?
Oh, yeah. It's getting better.
Good.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just making a note. I don't want to miss anything that I say here. So yeah, it looks like you were able to get 22 pingbacks, even despite all the chaos in your social network. You know, very good job. And this is the time I'm going to tell you guys. We're going to have a bonus round for Operation Ping, because the more complete the numbers are, the better. So there's going to be rewards for doing this in Comet. I'm also launching another token called Ping token. So Ping is going to be pegged at 2 Hive, because you're getting a ping and a ping back. So during the bonus round of Operation Ping, yeah, you guys thought Operation Ping was over. It's not over. There's still, as you can see, there's still, in Queen Miko's case, she's got 78% of people that she could still hear back from. So what this means is any pings that you guys have done, any people that you were not able to ping, you'll be able to ping during the bonus round. And the bonus round is for 7 days. I'm not going to say when we're going to do this, but we are going to do this. I'm going to need a little break for maybe a week or two, and then we'll come back maybe in March for a week in March where we will be able to complete our numbers. And maybe you guys have still been pinging through your follower lists. And if you have been doing that, you'll be able to take those pings and ping backs and report them during the bonus round. So there'll be more details about this later, but I just wanted to let you know, Queen Miko, this typhoon, we can totally get around kind of the connectivity issues by having the bonus round, and you'll be able to report a lot of those pings and ping backs during that time. So don't stop pinging your followers, even if they are not able to connect with you at this time. So yeah, there's going to be another chance, guys, to complete your follower lists, and that'll be the bonus round. All right, so we're getting a little bit long here, and I know it's late over there in the Philippines. So let's keep moving really quickly here. I'm just sorting through what needs to happen here. All right. So let's move on to Sam. Everyone get your snappers ready. It's Sam's turn. Sam, are you ready? All right, let's drop Sam into the chat. See what your social is looking like, Sam. I think Sam's 7 hours ahead of me. She's from the UK. So, but Sam is a master engager. She is extremely active in all the comments. I've never seen, I've seen only a couple people engaging like this, and Sam really throws herself into what she's doing, and it shows up in her social. So Sam's already, she's a category 2 commander, but she has quite an even following versus follower ratio. So, you know, she's following 363 accounts. She has 274 followers, which is pretty fantastic. I mean, that's pretty even. You're growing this account kind of evenly, and it's kind of like walking, you know. If you step too far out, then you end up falling on your face. So, like, I really like how you're kind of moving. You're not growing your following list too fast. It looks like you're being very careful and selective of who you're following and the kind of content you're putting out that people want to follow you back. So, you know, it's kind of like you're stepping your social up. And I think this is probably the key to why you're doing so well. Your base influence is 75%. So you're still growing that account. It really looks like. You're connected. You're at 62%. You were able to, like crazy. I know it was so hard because you were working late. I don't know who it was, but it was a Dory. She was making comments like, I need to put my feet in cold water so I can stay awake. So anyway, I'm sure you were doing some things like that too, because I just remember some late night conversations with Sam while she was registering ping missions, and she managed to ping 45% of her follower list, her entire follower list, which was after spam and blank accounts sorted out, is 274 authenticated followers. So since we are talking about authenticating followers, there was 2% spam accounts in your follower list. There was also 10% blank accounts in your follower list, which I found that very interesting. recently been getting a lot of blank accounts following me as well. So I'm wondering what's up with that. Yeah. So, okay. Your followers are 79% active, which is very encouraging to see. You know, anything around 80% is pretty good, you know. And network vitality, I'm just going to check something. Yeah, network vitality is 167. So that's really a really healthy number. The higher the number, the better, obviously. Thank you so much for activating Boost 1 and Boost 2. I haven't gotten to it just yet, but I will be sending you your Comet tokens, and I will be sending all 76 of your followers one Comet token for pinging you back during Operation Ping. So thanks so much for activating those boosts. I'm sure that that's going to be awesome for you. So let's pull up your badge here. Really awesome work, Sam. I know you worked so hard for this. So you got the yellow badge actually, which is cool. I think the yellow badge looks pretty fun. So there we go. As you can see, Sam was able to convert 28% of her entire follower list into pingbacks, and that converted to, well, that was basically 76 pingbacks. Sam, do you want to add anything to what I've said here? Maybe some of your insights for what you learned during Operation Ping. I'd really love to hear from you. I know you've spoken before, and you're not shy, so.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sam. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, it was really good exercise actually. I have to say, by I think the Thursday night I was done. I took a night off, but I was done for a bit, and then I kind of tried to pull it back again on the Friday night. But the thing I absolutely loved the most was reconnecting with some of my followers that I connected with right at the very beginning when I joined Hive. And you know, when you first join, you don't really know what space you're in. Everything is just so confusing. It took me about a month before I could even work out what I was doing on Hive. And so you're ending up, you're following people, they're following you back. You see maybe one article, and you don't really know what you're doing. I'm sure most people can relate to that. And then, so there were a few people that on my followers list that when I got to them, I was like, oh, I remember this person. We had some really good conversations way back when. And basically ended up some of them getting sidetracked for like half an hour just chatting to people, which was really, really nice. So that was a really, really great win for me. Far more than any financial capital and that kind of thing. Sorry, Will, but yeah. But I know the social capital is what you were aiming for anyway. And then I think the other thing was one thing I didn't like, and I don't know if anybody else came across it, is that because we were contacting our followers, I found that I just found that I was speaking to people that were trying to speak to people that I didn't really want to. So yeah, there were some people. Can you hear me, Phil?
Yes, I can hear you. Yep, that's a very good point. Yep.
Yeah, there were a couple of people who, like, I pinged them, and some of them I could see were like very like really inactive. And the one thing is, I got a few completely inactives from like inactive 6 months to actually reply to me and say, oh, hey, you know what? Actually, I'm thinking of coming back and this kind of thing. So that was quite nice, and I was like, that was good conversations. But there were some people that I pinged, and then I got some comments back, like, you know, just a little tirade of, I've been just done for plagiarism and Hive watches this, and
right, yeah. They used the opportunity to vent on you a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then you kind of think like, well, hang on a second, I will try to engage nicely with this person and try to calm them down, because obviously they're stressed because now they're not going to engage. They've decided they're not going to engage. anybody else anymore. They're leaving Hive. This
Yeah.
guy came back, I'm leaving Hive, kind of thing. And you probably saw the conversation. Will.
I actually did. Yeah, it was so unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very, very unfortunate because I've seen some good stuff from that guy as well.
I know.
In terms of how he engages with people.
So is this a nature or nurture question, Sam? Is this a nature or nurture question? That's what I'm wondering these days.
Exactly, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you end up in some of these things where they're just like, oh, and then you get hit and you're like, oh, that just kind of hits you to the heart and you think, well,
yeah.
Maybe, and it's like, please don't leave, it's like, well, maybe you'll reconsider, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There were a couple of other people I tried to, I think one person I avoided altogether.
Yes.
I looked at some of his comments and I was just like, he was.
So sometimes like you can't decide who follows you, but it's sure interesting to find out why they're following you, or at least think about it. Yeah.
Exactly, and I think at one point, obviously, there was a connection of sorts, because I don't follow people unless there's something that that I'm connecting with. So I assume there's some sort of and with some of them I could one guy in particular, I know there was a connection there, and I was trying to help him out through a really tough time at one stage. He was an ex-con, and just really trying to help him get just encourage him all the time and everything. But he seems to just completely dipped off the deep end again, and I was just like, I didn't have the energy,
It kind of shows you who you're investing your time in does matter. So this is kind of like an assessment of who your people are and what your audience is all about. But let me ask you.
There's a broad range of people on Hive as well, and you don't know somebody just by their username, So
that's right.
I think through engagement, you do get to learn about people's backgrounds, and you learn about somebody who's come through a very, very hard time in their life and is trying to get back on their feet, and you're trying to help them, support them through that. And then sometimes you just can't help people, And then other people, you can help. So, but exactly what you said, you don't want to. You want to manage your energy,
Yeah. And I think it also points to the fact that sometimes someone follows you, and the only reason they follow you is it's kind of like a cry for help. They might even be in the wrong in the situation that they found themselves in, and so their reason for following you was hoping that you would give them an audience. So, so that's very interesting to think about that. But out of all of the people who you communicated with, would you say that you had more positive exchanges than negative ones?
100%, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There were only a few negative ones. I only wanted to highlight them as well, just to say that that's what I got out of it. I got both the positives and the negatives, because you can't, if you just focus on the highs and ignore the lows, then you're missing half the picture as well.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Most of it was really positive. Only a few bits of energy draining, but most of it really, really positive. And I think it gave me a very good, clear idea that I clearly had some bots and some people following me who just it was amazing when you have a look and see the people who are following you that actually have never posted a thing in their life, and you think, well, are they just investors? And then you're going to have a look and you go, why are you following me? So then my first instinct, I don't know anybody else, but my first instinct is, you must be just somebody who comes onto Hive, you've been on here for a while, you've never made a post, you don't comment on, or you just upvote. And then I go, right, okay, Wallace, okay, yeah, you're just somebody who's come in and packed a whole bunch of Hive on, and you're just following a bunch of people, probably on auto upvote, or something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting that not everyone is on the blockchain for the same reason. That there's some people who want to use their stake to invest in other people or vote for content, but not leave any kind of social tracks anywhere. So that's interesting to note as well.
You know, and I think with followers and that, you know, I mean, I think like everybody else, everybody appreciates an upvote from their post, you know, regardless of where it comes from. Some I'm less happy with when they're real spammy,
Yes.
electronic war nonsense.
Yes.
But yeah, for me, I really enjoy it when I know that the upvote I've got has come from somebody who's actually read my article.
Yep.
And I don't suddenly see like 300 upvotes go on the trail from, but you know, yeah, feel blessed from it. I mean, you know, like the inkwell, all that sort of thing. You feel really blessed from those trails that get followed. But you suddenly, your article goes from like 10 upvotes to sort of like 300 upvotes.
Yep.
And you're looking and going, but how many of those people are actually ever going to read what I've written?
That's why I value engagement so much, Sam, because it shows that people are actually listening to you, and they are your audience. So your audience are the people who comment, not the people who necessarily upvote. So
exactly, that's what's most important. That's why when people do comment on your posts, you should really always make an effort to respond to them.
Those pingbacks are very important. And I'm not 100% perfect at getting back to people, depending on how much stuff is happening. And, you know, so there's always time constraints, but, you know, these people are your audience. That's why they commented. So, you know, pinging them back, it's the lesson that we're all taking away from this is who we need to follow ourselves. And also the importance of commenting back to the people who comment on our content. So you're bringing up some very good points. Yeah, very good. Yeah, yeah, awesome. Thanks for adding all of this. Really, honestly, I also want to say that Papi and I have had conversations about just how good it feels to connect with some of the people that maybe you've forgotten about or that you haven't talked to in a while, or even people that are just flattered that you took the time to stop by randomly out of what seems to them to be out of thin air. And you're just connecting with them and remembering them. So I think there was a lot of good Sam, good Papi, good Will around pinging our followers in this way, because, you know, the authentic, real people actually really appreciate when you take the time to do that. So, yeah.
If I can add,
yeah,
I really enjoy what Sam said, because, you know, just from reaching out to your followers, you get to know a lot more about them. And just looking at like the curation shows we're speaking about, most times when you see those things, it doesn't really tell on the reach you got to the post. But you know, when you have like true followers or people that really take the time to look at your work, you guys have the chance to connect, and that's what the social blockchain should be about. So I really learned a lot from Sam just now. I appreciate your comments.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, I mean, just if I add one more thing, Will.
Sure, go ahead.
I don't have a single person on autovote. I don't vote on autovote at all. And that's why when I'm following sort of like 300 people or whatever, I can't get to everybody because I don't do auto voting, but I do try to rotate around. I've got a few, you know, favorites that I do read all the time because that's just who I really enjoy reading. But I do try to diversify. But that's one thing. I know I've been asked a couple of times to indirectly to go on like auto trails, but I won't at the moment. I mean, might be something I might consider down the line in terms of a curation trail thing, sort of on something like you know, something like the Inkwell or something like that, or you know, that sort of thing. But for now, yeah, if I've upvoted your post, it's because I've read it.
Love it. I love that. I'm not on any auto upvotes either. Everything is manual. with Comet Ranker, I actually take the time to read any targeted posts. I actually take the time to read every single comment in the post. When I upvote, it's not always clear exactly why I'm upvoting, but it indicates that I've read it. So sometimes I'll just upvote just to say, hey, I've read your comment. So but that's what I love about manually curating, is that it's you putting yourself behind it. Yeah, you can't spread yourself out as much, but I think it's more authentic, it's more real, and to me that's what actually matters, the social capital that you're getting from doing things as yourself, rather than getting bots to do it for you. So kudos to you, Sam. All right, so that was a really interesting conversation. Thanks, Sam, for adding that to our live here today. Have you been able to get Wrestling Desires in the house? Is Old School Town gonna be here? Commander Wrestling Desires. We're doing your post next. He's not here. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, so let's move on to his post anyway. Let's see here. I'll pull that up. All right, so Wrestling Desires had a lot going on. He's normally, this guy is a master engager, as I mentioned before. He's got this goal where he wants to comment on a couple thousand people in the space of a year. I don't know what his number actually is. I was hoping he would fill us in on that. Maybe we can drag him into Comet Ranker HQ and ask him later at some point. But this guy actually has engagement goals. So I think this is actually an interesting way to approach comments too, is like set a quota for yourself every day. This is how many people I want to reach out and touch on the Hive blockchain. And then he's tracking that somehow. I'm not sure what he's using to do that, but anyway, so I was expecting so many missions from him, and I'm kind of relieved in a way that he didn't send all the missions I was expecting. But what it looks like here is that he made out he didn't have a lot of time. Things were happening, and so what he did is he made out a list of all the people on his in his followers that he knew would get back to him. So he was very targeted in his approach, rather than because he didn't have the time. So that's another way to do this, is if you don't have a lot of time or energy, you can be very, very strategic in who you ping. And that's what Wrestling Desires ended up doing. So he's following 295 people, very close to what Sam his count looks like. And then he has 527 followers. And I'm sure a lot of these followers that he has is because he takes the time to engage. So what you can see here is the social capital and support coming his way just by having a goal to engage with people every day. And I'm sure that most of his followers are because he takes the time to do that. I'm not saying that his content isn't awesome. It really probably is. I haven't taken a lot of time to look at it. I'm mostly seeing what he does in the comments. To me, his impact to me has been always in the comments. So like this guy really does walk the walk. He has an base influence score of 179%. Again, because he has so many followers over top of the people that he's following. And this translated out with his pinpoint strategy for Operation Ping. It actually translated out to 30 network vitality. Not too bad. Interestingly enough, out of the 4% of people that he contacted, which was actually 23 missions, he was able to convert 20 of them to pingbacks. So this is why I know he was being very strategic and targeted, and he was investing his time very carefully in who he knew his people were. So it's a very actually interesting way to do it. I would like to see his entire follower list processed through the system so we could get a very accurate view of his social. But what I can see is a very strategic approach to the Operation Ping gamification, and it's a very smart way to do it. So that was very, very cool to see that. He was able to connect at 87% by being very intentional with who he contacted. So, you know, we can build our hot list of followers that we always keep in touch with. And I think we can build a lot of social capital this way. This is another way to strategically warm up, maybe dividing out your follower list into portions. And, you know, like it's 12 months in a year. Divided out all your followers out into 12 portions and just concentrate on who you know your people are in that section of time. That's a very interesting way to do it. I can tell that we should be asking Wrestling Desires questions about his strategy for connecting with people. This is a guy I wouldn't mind interviewing at some point. So I'm just going to put that out there. Wrestling Desires, if you'd ever like to do that, I would be definitely interested to hear what you're doing in terms of engagement. Very interesting stuff. So, all right. So we did actually Pappy was the one who did the assessment for follower account health. And he was able to deem that 29 or 79% of Wrestling Desires followers were authentic accounts. 3% were spam. And 19%, interestingly enough, were blank accounts, people sitting on the fence. So that's very interesting. So yeah, he got a total of 20 pingbacks, which is pretty significant for the number of pings that he did. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, Sam is saying Wrestling Desires brought her and myself to Dreamport. It's actually true. You know, you could really influence people in the comments, and you know, you want to bring people together. It's in the comments that you do that. You know, so this is something that Wrestling Desires is very good at. Hey, Sam.
Hey, oh yeah, I was going to say what I meant there was that he actually brought me to Comet Ranker.
Right. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was talking to me in the comments on some posts, and then the next thing he tagged you,
right,
and Dreams Team at the same time,
right.
And he was like, and then you guys, I think it was you, Wrestling, and Dreams, all started having this conversation about Comet Rank, and I was like, what on earth is going on here? So I just followed you down the rabbit hole.
That's awesome. And you know what? I kind of do that with a lot of stuff I do is I want to know who's authentically engaging with me and who really wants to be a part of what we're doing. So I'll leave mystery drops all over the place. I won't tell people, and I'll watch for clues. Like I'm leaving clues everywhere I go. So and so since we're talking about that, I like to leave clues. And so what I want to tell you guys about is about a new token that we're going to be, or not a token, it's a new emoji. And I don't have the emoji picked out yet, but there will be another red emoji to add to the complement of all the emoji codes that we've been developing since Comet Week and the Comet Week white paper, all the way down to Operation Ping. There's going to be another red emoji, and what's going to happen is I'm going to be randomly going around dropping this emoji into people's comments on people's posts, and you're not going to know where those are. And what's going to happen is the first person to comment to the person that I commented to, or to the person on the post, they're going to get an upvote from Comet Ranker, and they're going to get a Comet token, one Comet token for doing that. So I'm going to be dropping clues all over the place in the comments with Comet Ranker, and this will be another new emoji, red emoji, that we are going to be using And so it'll be like an Easter egg hunt or a hide and seek game where people won't know, what is this thing? Like Sam was wondering, what is Comet Week when we were doing that, and she fell down the rabbit hole. Well, we're going to seed the entire Hive blockchain with this emoji, and whenever someone sees it, it's an opportunity to connect. So the first person to connect with that particular emoji on that person's post, it could be anywhere hidden in the comments somewhere, then whoever comments on that first is going to be able to get 1 Comet point and a 100% upvote from Comet Ranker. So that's my newest brainstorm for how to encourage engagement, make it fun, gamify it, and just kind of put some surprises everywhere. So that is the next thing that's going to be happening with Comet Ranker. Little hint there. Sam fell down the rabbit hole, and we're gonna bring Comet Ranker to a lot more people by hiding more of these red emojis, and people are going to start asking, what does this mean? And it's going to be fun. So, all right, so put your snappers together. Let's snap. Yeah, people are going to say, watch out for Comet Ranker notifications. I might have secret accounts to drop these emojis. You might not know where they are, so they're going to be all over the place. So we'll see. All right, so put your snappers together. Who won category 2 for Operation Ping? I want to see who it is. Iska the Interstellar is what Kenny's saying. The shopper, she's off shopping. Oh, look at this. Someone's nicknamed Kenny the spammy weirdo. That's funny. Who is doing all this? Anyway, yeah, that's the fun stuff about when you access some of these higher red levels, you'll be able to nickname other people's accounts, and that's all part of the fun here. So yeah, so we've got some people saying Iskafan won. She's the Interstellar. We've got someone said Kenny. I see Sam is saying Kenny. Yeah, so Kenny, we're getting more Kennys here. You're right. Iskafan did amazing work. You all did amazing work. Iskafan was a close contender. Sam was a close contender. I mean, like, let's look at how close these numbers are here. With Iskafan, she did 75 Comet Ranker missions that converted over to a pingback. She got 75 pingbacks. Sam got 76 pingbacks. So that is how tight the competition was. This is a challenge. But yes, you are indeed correct. Kenny was able to get 87 pingbacks. So congratulations, Kenny. You are the winner for our category 2. That is fantastic. So I'm going to tell you right now that you have 205 Hive coming your way because you were able to, if you go and look, I'll drop your badge into the chat here again so that people can see this. He's got the red badge. So you can see Kenny was able to convert 38% of his entire follower list into pingbacks with 87 pingbacks. So that is outstanding. That translates into, because our Hive bounty was 540 Hive, so 38% of that is actually 205 Hive coming your way, Kenny. So really awesome job. So proud of all that you have achieved. All the commanders, honestly, so much has been achieved there, and you should all be so very proud. But Kenny, thank you for being such an integral part of the Comet Ranker Operation Ping. You sponsored so many people, supported so many people by boosting them, and you totally deserve to win. You really worked hard to assess your follower list, and we're so thrilled to see what kind of social that is. So that's coming your way later today. 205 Hive. All right, last but not least, let's move on to our sponsored commander in category 3, Adori E. This is going to be very interesting looking closely at her numbers. Adori was so awesome. She stepped up. She really stepped up because there was nobody signed up for category 3. To be a category 3 commander, you have to have over 1,000 followers. Adori E has had over 1,000 followers, therefore she was qualified to step into category 3, but it also cost 100 Hive to sign up for it. So it was a significant step forward for her, and I have basically said, well, you're the only one here, you're not competing with anyone, so technically you're sponsored by Comet Ranker. And so I actually delegated 1,000 Hive to Adori E because I really felt like she needed the support. And because she was sponsored by us, then the best thing I could do was, send 1,000 Hive as a delegation to support whatever she's doing on the blockchain. So so this is really exciting to look at her numbers as well, because she really went all out. I mean, this girl was I'm pretty sure she must have had this tub of cold ice water, and she put that down at the desk and she stuck her bare feet in there just to stay awake, because she actually registered 270 ping missions. So what interstellar effort. And if you read some of the comments that she's making, they're insightful. You can tell that this girl has taken the time to read the posts and really attempting to connect with these followers that she has now. This was, I think, something very hard for Adori to do because she had stepped away from the Hive blockchain for a while. And then she had decided to come back. So it's interesting to see how many of her followers are still active and still alive. So let's get those numbers into the chat here. Just one sec. Let's pull that in. $270, yeah. Pappy, 270 reports. It was amazing. Like I was processing those reports. It was awesome. Now, this really does tell an interesting story. So number one, I want you to note that Boost 1 and Boost 2 have been activated for the ship's console on Adori's ship console here. And that's thanks to Kenny. Kenny actually sent those Comet tokens in for Adori to activate those boosts for her. So honestly, again, Kenny, thank you so much for being such a supporter. Adori's list of followers was quite something to look at. I actually spent the greater part of half the week. We sorted out the spam and blank accounts, Pappy and I, for the entire 7 days. I would say half of that time I was spending sorting out Adori's follower list. It was telling a very interesting story, and I still don't fully understand what was happening, other than the fact that I know Adori. Adori's an authentic connector who really does want to engage. So I don't think her numbers are any reflection on her. I think her numbers are more a reflection on what was happening on the Steemit blockchain at the time, because Adori's account is an older account. I believe she's been with Hive or Steem at that time as long as I was, so about 4 years. Adori can probably confirm that. I'm just going to see if she's confirming that. Let's see if she's confirming that. Anyway, yeah, so she's been on the blockchain for a long time. and experienced the ups and downs when we went.
Are you asking a question?
Yeah, Adori, how old is your account on Hive now?
I've been on the blockchain for like 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
Yeah.
started with Steemix. From Steemix, I went to Uptrend, and then I came back to
Right.
Hive.
And
2 months ago.
And kudos to you for wanting to come back to Hive and assess your social just to see where everything's at and do a life sign check to see, you know, what.
The fun is in Hive now. I really love Hive.
That's good. Yeah, the fun is happening on Hive, but it wasn't, obviously looking at your numbers, it wasn't happening for you on Steemit. So that's, I think, what we're seeing here with your numbers. So it's no reflection on you. It was a reflection on the environment that you were trying to thrive in. And so this console view shows a very interesting picture. This is your first time looking at the numbers, though. So what's your first thought on this?
In fact, I'm so shocked. I didn't know that I did this much. And then I really appreciate the fact that you have already taken time to work on my followers, because I had a lot of spammers and I had a lot of blank accounts. I just don't imagine that the 1,000 followers I had before is now 530 something or so. So if I had worked on this figure from the start, I guess the work would have been better than this. So I really do appreciate how you try to sift the followers for me. Thank you, and also thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you for your help. Thanks for everything. Thanks to everybody.
Oh, you're very welcome, Adori. This has been my 100% pleasure to do everything for you. Thank you so much for trusting me with this, and also for stepping up when no one else was. To drop 100 Hive is quite a lot of money. So I just really appreciate you taking that risk and really seeing that your social capital was worth investing in that way. That says so much about you, and for me, that is everything. So yeah, it's within that context that we should all be looking at the stats, and this is a sober reminder of what social could be if we don't take care of it. It is really important to authentically engage with people and to assess. And I hope, Adori, that you're not following any of those accounts. I will be providing a list that we have assessed, and if you are following any of those people on that list, unfollow them. It'll improve your base influence, and people will be more likely to follow you. For example, if you have lots and lots of people following you, and you're only following a select few, it just makes your numbers better, right? And people more willing to follow you in the future. So yeah, Adori, I'm just so. What's that?
He said it's going to be my pleasure to get the new list.
Yes, we're going to give you a new list to work from.
Yes, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, so since we're on the topic, I'm so proud of you too, because you were able to contact 52% of your entire follower list. So that is amazing, especially when you consider half of your follower list is spam, really. So 50% is authenticated healthy accounts, 46% were spam, and 4% were blank accounts. So you can see that that definitely has affected your social and how it felt to be on the blockchain. So I'm so glad that Hive has become a better experience for you. Really, there's a whole new opportunity here, just because we don't have that much negative impact from spam and those kinds of things. So I have bunted heads many times with Hive watchers, and I still have my qualms with them about how they're going about maintaining Hive integrity, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. They have definitely cut out what all that spam that was happening on Steemit is not happening on Hive. So we have to give them credit for that. And so, like, I'm trying to be objective and not biased in saying that, especially if any of you have been following me and know my thoughts about how Hive integrity is being maintained by Hive watchers. You will understand. But I am saying they are doing a good job of keeping that spam off the networks, and that aspect, that unfriendly spam, is definitely going to make social easier on the blockchain. Just how we implement that Hive integrity also has to be friendly. So we're still evolving, and we still need to provide feedback where it's needed. So yeah, anyway, I just want to say that the future does look bright for your social, much better than on Hive than it was on Steemit. So that's very good to have these numbers and be able to work from them. Yeah, really, really awesome. Yeah, so you were able to convert out of your 270 ping missions, which is no small feat. You actually did the most ping missions out of everyone here. Kenny came close. Kenny came close with how many did he get? He did 167 ping missions, but you managed to pull off 270, which is just amazing. You must have been just working it. So yeah, that you were able, out of those people, you were able to convert 50 of them to pingbacks. That's a 19% pingback ratio. And so that is a very, very, very interesting number. We definitely need to heat up your contacts. And the first step to doing that is knowing who your people are. So that's great. Your base influence is actually 121%. So that was going for you. It's just the ratio between following and followers this gave you a network vitality of 33. Now, interestingly enough, out of all of those followers that were deemed authentic, only 16% of them were active. So many of your followers have given up, and this is definitely impacting your social. And we can definitely say that all the spam that had happened on Steemit has impacted how many of those authentic followers felt about the blockchain, and that's probably a reason why many of them have left. So does anyone have any thoughts about this, looking at Adori's numbers? Anyone want to add anything? Pappy, do you have anything to say?
Adore did very well with 270 pings. Wow, that was amazing. It's amazing. I just wish he had a better list of followers. I'm sure she would have done very, very well. But all the same, it's still a win, because at least now it's like a means of receiving good ones from the one that are not so active. So at least now you know your people. You can work towards that, and those are those. And there's a lot to learn from your own account also. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful thing to look at, and your effort was amazing. Well done, Barry. Well done, all the commanders.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'm really excited that we were able to take honest looks at the numbers. The numbers mean nothing without context. So one number by itself is useless. When you put two numbers together, now all of a sudden you can do something with them because it gives you context. So going forward, we'll be able to see, now that we've established a baseline for our social engagement, we'll be able to see if our social is trending towards good, better, or worse, good, bad, or ugly. We'll be able to tell. And not only this, by taking an honest look at our numbers, our social engagement numbers, we're able to better support each other as commanders who actually care about engagement. So this is another really great thing that Adore, you are getting, is that people are able to see that your heart and how you are doing your best to engage. And they're also able to see that the conditions that you're working with. So, this is another reason why many of us will we'll definitely be eager to come and do what we can to support you. So thank you so much. And so let's.
I appreciate.
Yeah. And look at that. Explore with Sasha has already followed everyone. That's great. So let's snap our fingers together, and I'm going to tell Adori what she's managed to earn as a reward for, and so she's been sponsored. And so we want to be able to definitely want to be able to enrich her with her winning. She's definitely worked hard for this. So let's pull up your badge here, Adori. This is your final badge here coming up. All right, so out of all the followers, you managed to ping 52% of your followers. That translated into 10% overall of all of your followers. And there's 50 pings registered. So these are the people that ping you back. So 10% of your entire follower list. So, you know, if we were on a spaceship going somewhere and we pinged all of our passengers in stasis, what we're seeing is that there's a 10% ratio. So if we follow that trend, that would mean 20% of your passengers are still alive. And the 80% are not, based on spam and many other factors. So situation is critical on your ship, and we will do everything we can to support you. And it's because of that I have decided to continue sponsoring you with a 100 Hive delegation. And I will continue to do this until our next engagement mission. So we'll do this until I'll continue to sponsor you until Operation Link is go for green. So you're sponsored for however long it takes me to get that next program out. So nice for you. You'll be able to boost your social capital and send out value to people just that much more, having the extra 1,000 sponsorships. So as well, I'm going to give you 55 Hive, because 10% of the 550 Hive bounty translates into 55 Hive reward. And because I'm goodwill, and I only want goodwill for every single person who participates in these challenges, and because Adori was so she was so brave and bold, and she took that step into the unknown and actually spent a significant amount of Hive to become a part of this, I'm also going to be kicking in an extra 100 Hive into the pot. So in all, you're going to get 155 Hive coming back to you. I just honestly appreciate all the effort. When you see people do things like this, you see how authentic and real they are. So this is really awesome. So 155 Hive coming your way, Adori, and you're also going to be sponsored 1,000 Hive for just being in the sponsorship position and doing whatever it took to make that happen. So much respect going towards you. So that is the end for category 3. We've been going for a little while. It is now, it's been 3 hours. It's been 3 hours. I want to wrap up pretty quick here. So we're just going to ask a couple rapid fire questions. And then we're going to go from there. Congratulations, everyone, for all your winnings, all your participation, all those ping missions registered, and all those winnings coming your way. I'll be sending those out to you today. So I have some more questions for you guys who have persisted. You've stuck with me for 3 hours and 9 minutes. I guess I came a little bit late, so we'll say 3 hours. That's a long time to be online, especially for my Filipino friends. They're probably wanting to go to bed, but I'm just going to drop some more questions and potentially some rewards with them. So I have another question. It's in regards to our red code symbols for Operation Ping. So whoever gets this right first in the chat is going to get 10 Hive. And they're they're going to have to choose. Do they want 10 Hive or do they want 100 Comet? This is the choice. So you get one or the other, 10 Hive or 100 Comet. It's up to you. I wanted to kind of guess. It's totally, completely up to you. So, all right, here's the question. I'm going to ask it. Which red code feels the very best to report back to Comet Ranker? When you get to report this code back to Comet Ranker. And it's Queen Miko. Yes, you are right. You got it, Queen Miko. That one feels the best. She's got it. We've got Explorer Sasha almost making it with 2 red circle. We've got Adora E double circle. You guys are all right, but Queen Miko beat you to the draw. So I'm going to have to give it to her. So I'm just going to write this on my cue card here. Queen Miko, which do you decide? 100 Comet or 10 Hive? Completely up to you. Pappy, I'm not watching the board. Can you tell me which one she puts in? Very good. 10 Hive coming your way, Queen Miko. 10 Hive. Excellent. Okay, so we got another question here. This one is also the same. It's 10 Hive or 100 Comet. You get to choose. Whoever gets it first in the chat will win that amount, and they'll have to choose. Okay, so out of the 4 possible combinations for reporting ping missions back to Comet Ranker, which feels the absolute worst? Looks like Sam's got it. Yeah, Sam, you're right. That one feels the worst. When you see an active account, but they don't have time to ping you back, it feels terrible, especially when you put all yourself into engaging 100% with someone, and then they don't even acknowledge that. So, so exactly. Look at that. We've got Sam has just jumped up to level 5 for engaging at Comet Ranker. Way to go. And she also got the question right. So, wow. Because of that, this is like, I got to ask though, Sam, which one do you want to be rewarded with? 10 Hive or 100 Comet? Which one? Oh, we got a True North is also boosting to 4. Sam's going for 100 Comet. And Sam, I have another surprise for you. I'm full of surprises. I love to do these kinds of things. Because you just boosted to rank 4 and you got the answer right, I'm also going to send you 10 Hive. How about that? Yeah, I'm full of surprises. I like to surprise people. That's how you make things fun. And with social, he or she who has the most fun wins. So that's the thing to take away from this. I really wanted Operation Ping to be so all about the fun. And that's how we make Hive a better social environment. It's up to us to make the environment better. Yeah, there's certain fundamentals that are maybe not playing very nicely, and they're not helping us move that direction. But in the end, in any condition, it really is up to the human spirit to lift each other up. And we can do this together. We are all compounding our trust and our social impact to however many people are in the room. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 people in the room. So it's you and me to the power of 10. That's what happens when we all have fun, and social is all about compounding social capital first, and then the financial capital comes. So surprise. Okay, here's a difficult question. So we got one more question here, and then I'm going to finish off everything, okay? So here's the question. Whoever gets this right is going to get a choice between 10 Hive and 100 Comet. Okay, so 10 Hive and 100 Comet. I just need to write down this. 1 second, Sam. That's right. Queen Miko. Okay, I've got my notes straight. All right, so 10 Hive and 100 Comet. You got to choose between them. So here's a difficult question. What red code would you use to indicate that a follower or passenger is incapacitated and no longer with us? Whoever puts it in first wins. Oh, Queen Miko. Oh, and Adori's saying she doesn't have ping symbols on her keyboard anymore. Oh, no. Nicely done. And Trippy's laughing, but that's not one of our emojis, but we love emojis. And Queen Miko's all cheeks smiling. Adori's sobbing. This is all about having fun. Thank you, everyone, for participating in all this nonsense. Yes, Queen Miko, you are indeed correct. And it is quite sad when we have to register these over here at Comet Ranker HQ. The single square emoji is the saddest one there is. So you're indeed correct. Those are the most difficult. Those accounts are no longer with us, and we do need to recognize that. All right, so Queen Miko, you have a choice to make. 10 Hive or 100 Comet? Which are you going to pick? She picked 100 Comet. Nice. So guess what? Because you picked 100 Comet this time, last time you picked 10 Hive, you got the 10 Hive, but this time you picked the 100 Comet, and because I appreciate that so much, you're also going to get 10 Hive as well. Surprise! Lots of tricks up my sleeve. All right. Fantastic. All right, everyone. So yeah, I'm tricky. All right. So everyone, we do need to have this all in context. So I'm just gonna draw out something very quick. And I'll snap a picture of it and I'll put it into the chat. So actually, I have it here. I can just snap it right now. No, I can't. My phone is full. Anyway, so what we got here is we've got a chart here, and it's basically a line, and I will draw it out into the chat box over here. But it says cold, hot, and this is what I think these symbols indicate. So I'm just going to draw that into the chat over here and get you guys to think about that before we're done here. So let's see here. Maybe we'll just do this. Give me a second, guys. All right, so it doesn't really show up how I wanted it to. That's okay. So what we can see from left to right, so left is cold, on the far right is hot, okay? Don't know why it's doing that. Maybe just give me a second. We'll edit it. There we go. That's better. All right, so we can see here is cold. Cold to hot. Okay. So that's what these symbols indicate to us. So when we're looking over our follower lists, we'll be able to at a glance kind of see how our social is doing. We've just talked about the hardest thing is those cold, the coldest social setting there is basically pinging someone and not hearing back, and also looking at their account and there's nothing happening there. So I just want to have a moment of silence just to recognize those people who have left our social circles. And so we'll just be very quiet and think about that for the last minute of this live. I just really want us to really ponder what it would mean if we were on a spaceship, we were checking in with our passengers, and one of them had not woken up from their stasis, right? So let's think about that and how we can maybe avoid that in the future. I think engagement is key to this, is keeping people, it's like oxygen. Engagement is oxygen, and comments equals community. So let's have a moment of silence and just think about those people who didn't ping us back and who are no longer posting content. Okay. So yeah, it's on that note that, we are still alive on the blockchain. We're still here. We're still connecting. We're still engaged. Yeah. Trippy's giving the salute. And I'm just so grateful to each and every one of you. I think a comment from any of you guys equals a heartbeat. And it means you guys are alive and making an impact in our social circles. So thank you so much for just being those kinds of people. I'm so grateful and so lucky, feeling so lucky to be surrounded by all of you guys. So thank you so much for being a part of Operation Ping. I will have more announcements coming up about, the Ping token and the bonus round for Operation Ping. I really do want to gather together as many of your follower lists and complete the social picture for each of you and for the blockchain. So that's what the bonus round is going to be an opportunity to do. To be honest, the bonus round starts right now, because you'll be able to take any of those followers that you ping from the time now to the time that the bonus round ends, and you'll be able to report those back to the bonus round Comet Ranker post when I post that up, when bonus round starts. So technically, I know maybe some of you are exhausted from all the work that you've done for Operation Ping, but if you want to charge your batteries a little bit and head right back into the Ping portals, you can definitely start pinging your followers, the rest of your follower lists, and have a chance to report those back to Comet Ranker during the bonus round. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. Thank you so much for attending today's live. It did go on for a long time. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun. I can see we've got so many people here that are in the target category, which means they went right through On Fire, they went right through Boost, and they hit target. So I'll be coming by each of your posts to upvote your engagement here and there. Give it a little salt and pepper to your engagement on your accounts at Hive. And I'll also be picking out one post each for each of you to target with Comet Ranker. And what that means is I'll be also upvoting on the engagement that happens on those posts. Each comment will get comment ranked. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending. So awesome to be here with you guys. And please tell your friends about Comet Ranker Operation Ping, the Comet Ranker white paper. This is all happening in real life here. It's happening live, and we're all part of this together. So once again, thank you so much for making this a part of your day, and thanks for being at the live. We'll see you guys later at the next one. Bye.